Hello everybody, welcome back to J&D Homestead. So I'm out walking around, we've got our morning chores done, and I'm just kind of looking around our property. And something that's super fun this year that we've not had quite to this extent is the number of volunteers on our property that we have found due to feeding our animals scraps. So I'm out here by one of the paddocks that we use for our pigs sometimes. And we have what I'm assuming are butternut squash just growing in abundance. But there's another kind of gourd over there. And they're just everywhere. So that's kind of fun. If we walk on over here, we have a very vibrant something on over here. Now these ones aren't quite as alive or large yet. Hi Zippy, how are you, buddy? But there's another volunteer. So far we've only had, this one's kind of burnt because of the fence, I think. But this one, so far, we've only had a male bloom on it, but we'll see if it produces anything. Up here next to the pole barn, we've got an immature butternut squash in amongst weeds. Hi, Julia. How are you, Mama Pig? Hi, pretty girl. Juniper. Hi, pretty mama. And then I'm gonna walk you over here to the garden and show you a couple of volunteers that we have. And a lot of people don't care for volunteers. I guess it's not where they want things planted, so they'll move them or dig them up. But this year, in efforts to cut some of our feed costs, I'm gonna let those grow. They're not really in a place where I graze, and we put the sheep over there and the cows, and neither one of them have messed with the vines. So I'm just gonna let them grow. And there's not a ton of good grass over there. So for this year, we'll let it grow, and then maybe next year we'll do something with the grass, but it is what it is. But this really large gourd that's like ever expanding down this row is volunteer. And you can see it's got some pretty large, maybe pumpkins on it is what it's starting to look like. And then the last thing over here in our old compost bin are just tomato plants galore. So I mentioned earlier in a garden tour that this row of tomatoes is all volunteer. So these are all volunteer. And we've actually picked fruit off of this first tomato. But, you know, volunteers are just an extra blessing, an extra little bit of something for either the animals or us. So we're gonna let them grow. We're gonna let them thrive, because those are things that I did not have to invest time and energy in, that are free for us. And who doesn't like some free stuff? So that's it for today. I just wanted to real briefly pop on here and say, hey, and show you kind of a surprise blessing that you get sometimes when you have volunteers pop up around the property. So thanks for joining me today. Hope you guys have an awesome day. We'll talk to you soon. Oh, one more really funny one. Here in the front yard, we were sitting on the picnic table eating some watermelon the other day, and I walked out here to harvest some sage, and we have a watermelon exploding in my herb bed. So you never know where you might find a little surprise.